You are unstoppable. My name is Erin Vaxberg, and I'm going to share some stories with you. I'm not a coach, I am just a woman on a mission to inspire you to be unstoppable. My life has not been easy. There's been many curves and difficult moments. And sometimes I even call my life a hot mess, but it's a beautiful mess where I learned how to iron the wrinkles and jump through hoops and blocks that has been put on my journey and my life, and I would not change it for the world. So I'm just going to share how I dealt through or with my difficult moments, and the difficult moments have brought me here to this beautiful place, to this beautiful event, Soul Rising Sanctuary. And actually to practice that because I couldn't pronounce it, but that's what makes it so special. Was told that I will never be successful. I was bullied as a young child. English is my second language, and I would rather have a root canal than speak in public, and that's all I do now. And the voices that told me that I will not be able to be successful, the voices that told me that nobody is going to want to hear me with my accent and the way I speak funny, I was told in a very young age. It chose me. My profession is hairdressing. I knew that I was going to be a hairdresser in a very young age. And I almost didn't do it because I was bullied so much. And that bullying made me unstoppable in my dream. My dream was bigger, and my vision was bigger than any bullies that came at me. And I made that happen. I was determined to make that happen. And the turning point for me, that one voice that said, Irene, you know something? You're going to be remembered. Your inconvenience of what you think or other people tell you will be your golden ticket. I loved my accent. I loved that I spoke differently. I've never tried to blend in. And that's the beauty of it, right? I never tried to blend in, but I made other people uncomfortable of the way I was speaking. And you know how many times in your day, even maybe today, before you heard me speak, somebody told you you shouldn't do that because someone's going to judge you, or they felt certain way about what you're about to do, and might have believed it. So I want you not to believe that anymore. You are unstoppable in your inconvenience. Well, not your inconvenience, somebody else's inconvenience, of your beautiful gift to you makes them feel uncomfortable. Do you see how it comes full circle? So one beautiful human being told me, Irene, that's going to be your gift. People will remember you. They may not remember your name, but they remember the way you sound. So I took that and I ran with it. I created a beautiful, beautiful business. It took 17 years. There were divorces, there were marriages, there were miscarriages, all of those difficult moments. An older child that had many different issues, needed to be in special school, needed therapy, and all kinds of drama. And I walked to my own beat of the drum. I broke all the rules, all the structure that my community put on me. I walked to my own beat of the drum, and that was not easy. I was judged, I was harassed in the community by my parents, saying, well, what's the neighbors going to think? And I said, I don't care what neighbors are going to think. And I was very young, in rebellion, and I want you to be rebellion. I want you to be unstoppable, and don't let anyone let you tell you you cannot do it. And so it wasn't easy. I had to do a lot of it with me, myself, and I have learned that I'm never alone. I am with myself. In me, myself, and I am my own cheerleader. And sometimes we have to be our own cheerleader until we find a beautiful community to support us. Fast forward, like I said, I went through some difficult moments, and what helped me get through them and iron those wrinkles and remove those blocks, I was determined to be successful no matter what. I had faith in God that He guides me. I prayed even when I didn't believe it. I said to myself, I am blessed. I walk in gratitude. I am in a better place than someone else. My glass was always overflowing. It was never half empty or half full. Even at the moments it was crumbling, I still felt unstoppable. I still felt I can get it done. And you know something? There was moments that I may not had the money, but I had the mindset. Sometimes I had the mindset and didn't have the money. Remember, I've pretty much been a single mother most of my life. Even when I was married, I felt like I was a single mother, and maybe you can relate to it. And if you are a single mother, you are double unstoppable. You can create a life that you desire. And you know something, I used to tell my girls at different parts of life, you know something, I'm showing you that you can do it. Your difficult moment doesn't define you. It gives you your superpower. And I wanted my daughters to know that they can take care of themselves. They don't have to stay in a situation that doesn't inspire them, motivate them, support them, uplift them, and just respect them. I wanted to show them that, yeah, maybe it's difficult, but you rather walk with your own self than be in a marriage or friendship that is not supportive of you. And oh, I am unstoppable. And as I shared this with you, I remember all of those difficult conversations. And you are also unstoppable. Remember, your difficult moment doesn't define you. Believe in yourself that you can do it. Visualize the outcome that you want, and you will create it. Is it going to be easy? Maybe not, but you will succeed one step at a time. And, you know, life was difficult and then it became amazing, right? Every day cannot be amazing, but there's something amazing in every day. And I celebrate me as you should celebrate yourself. And I became a grandma at 40 years old. That wasn't easy. I took care of my granddaughter. And for 3 years, and unfortunately I had to give her back to her mother, and that was extremely difficult, but I found peace and was in a great place, you know, during the time that I was going through all of those things with her. You know, I got married, I got divorced, like I said. I've had to rebuild the business because I had to focus on helping her and make sure she's okay and find the support that she needed. So the credit card was just bouncing off that credit card machine, and so the debt was up my over my head. But I knew that I had a skill that I will make that money. I will rebuild my business, and I did it. And 43 years old, I have accomplished so much. I have rebuilt it mentally, physically, and emotionally. Actually, survived a first car accident where I had an out of body experience, life after death experience, met God. That was a beautiful, beautiful, incredible moment in my life, and I'm happy to share more with it if you'd like to learn. And I was ready at 43 to celebrate my birthday, to celebrate life. I was in a great place. I was ready to love, to travel, to salsa dance, to live life to for myself on a whole other level. And another car accident happened, and that was the most darkest moment in my life. I have never been this low, and I've been in some low places, and I didn't see myself out of this one. The only thing I saw was darkness and gloom and doom. All of my motivational, inspirational quotes that worked before, like it's just a moment, giving up is not an option, baby steps, none of that worked. The depression sank in. I lost extremely successful hairdressing business, and I did not see how I was going to be able to rebuild, because the depression sank in, the pain sank in, the devastation of losing a business that I built for so long. It was so hard and such difficult circumstances, and pretty much all of that was gone. And I am a sole provider for my family. I cannot do anything except cut hair. Can't spell to save my life, so receptionist was not gonna work. I could not be a waitress. I didn't know what I was going to do. And on top of living in pain, who's going to hire me? And and that was the lowest. I prayed and I prayed and I prayed until I couldn't pray anymore. Doctors just threw me around like a sack of potatoes, gave me no hope, no options except prescriptions. And it was so easy to give them to me. And thank goodness it was not a did not get addicted to them, but life was difficult at the times where I took them. I felt like a zombie. I had no emotions. All these feelings were in my head. And just a disclosure, I prayed to go. I felt like, why am I living? My 12 years old is taking care of me. What is the purpose of life? I have never asked that. I have never asked that. For the first time, I had the worst pity party for myself. And then, as doctors were neglecting my pain, it became worse. My body couldn't handle, my neurology couldn't handle. It released it in shaking and spasms, and life became even worse. If you can imagine, I was already on my lowest. And I didn't feel unstoppable. I felt like a failure. I felt like a useless human being, trapped in my body, trapped in my mind, and nowhere to go except deeper down. And then doctors told me, I'm sorry, we cannot help you anymore. Just, adjust to this pain. Let us know when you need next prescription, and a wheelchair is waiting for you. And that was the last nail in the coffin. I could not imagine being a burden to my daughter. That was the end. The doctor took away all my hope, all my strength to fight, all of my belief in the higher power and the miracles. And I was left as an empty shelf. And I prayed to go. I prayed to go. I said, God, I'm tired. I can't do this anymore. I can't imagine how I'm going to live. I'm going to be homeless. The savings is pretty much gone. The credit card debt is over my head. I don't see positivity or optimism in my life. Nothing is working. 8 years ago, I sat in this chair that I have in my living room, and I said, God, I'm done. I can't do it. I'm so tired. You don't hear me. You don't care for me. Why me? Why me? And when I was asking, it hurt my heart and my soul, because I never, ever, like I told you before, asked that question. But I was tired. So I prayed for a miracle, because God said, not on my time, not on my watch. Pray for a miracle that you don't even believe in. So I did. So I asked God very specific blessing, and God answered. And while I was praying, I said, if you give me that miracle, I'm going to let you decide what you do, to take me or leave me here. And I did it because I just want God to leave me alone and take me. That's why I did the last prayer, not that I believed in it. God answered, and I said, I will share with the world that you had me when I didn't have myself. You believe in me when I did not believe in myself. And I gave it to the universe. And what I've learned from that I didn't give up. That's how I felt, that I gave up. But I surrendered to the higher power. And I think that's when my miracle has happened. And what I have learned is that when you lean into the pain, when you surrender it to it, and I had to surrender to it. And what I've learned, That's when the healing began. When I said I can't do it anymore. When I leaned into it, and that car accident was just a little speck of my healing process. That's what I thought, but it became the journey that I needed. That car accident was not a curse, it was a blessing, but I only know that now. And I've learned that if we don't lean into the pain, we don't acknowledge and learn from it and then release it, that's when the beauty of life begins. So the difficult moment doesn't define us, it actually gives us superpower. I wasn't buried, I was planted for something amazing, and it's this moment to share it with you. That the moment we lean into the pain and acknowledge the hurt and the disappointment, and not always blaming the other party, but also taking some of that responsibility of what we allowed in our lives, everything changed. So I'm blessed and grateful for this whole entire experience that I call my life. I am honored to still be here and use my voice to inspire all of you to understand that you are unstoppable. No matter what the difficult moment, you will find your way. The moment you surrender and say, I see it, I feel you, I acknowledge, and I release it. And you will be unstoppable. You will shine bright. And everything is on the other side of your pain, and forgiveness also is important. Forgiving yourself for not knowing better and allowing the treatment, the pain, the unfairness, maybe it's you release it and you heal, and that negativity no longer has a hold on you. So I am free to be. That car accident helped me let go of so much. It's a car accident that I didn't think I needed. I definitely didn't want it, but I needed for my healing journey to happen. So anyway, I hope I give you some wisdom. I hope I showed you that those difficult moments doesn't define you. That if you lean into them, you will give yourself permission to heal and to grow and inspire others. And one last thing, don't waste your pain. Don't keep your story as a best kept secret. You went through this experience for a reason. Use your pain to inspire others. Use your healing to show others they can heal as well. You were chosen to have the darkness, but you also were chosen to shine the bright light into someone else's darkness. If you'd like to hear more details of my life after death experience, please connect with me. If that interests you, I'm happy to share the lessons that I've learned. If you'd like to learn more about my God gift of neurological wearable technology that keeps on giving me a quality of life, and you don't have to live in pain, but you can live in joy, please connect with me. I would love to connect with you and support you in your journey, because I believe together we are stronger. Thank you again. Be unstoppable. Go shine bright and stop being your best kept secret.